Welcome to the Kawann Brown Show. What we're going over today is what's going on in our country, and then just these two topics I really want to address. The fact that capitalism nor socialism actually works, just based off of everything that I'm hearing, everything that I'm listening to. All right. So honestly, we've just been a failing country for such a long time. The 1% grabbed all the wealth of America sometime in the 1900s. And we barely make anything today, right? So we had the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution is what shot America to the place that it is now, right? But the only people that really made money off of the Industrial Revolution were the Rockefellers, and then of course you had the central banks, Rothschilds. So they were the only ones who made the top percent of the money. Everybody else made money, but then there was also a lot of people who did not make money, right? A lot of people just became workers, all right? So as they became workers, and as businesses started expanding, right? You could just see just the decline in in worker happiness and in family happiness, right? Let's say we start off with Industrial Revolution is bringing in $100,000s for your family. Of course, we're talking back then, so that was like much lower, like $100, right? It's bringing in that much money a week, and you're just super happy back then. But something happens with the business, so the owner needs to cut costs, and he cuts you from the business. So capitalism worked, and then it just stopped working for you. You understand? Of no fault of your own, but for the fact that the owner did not want to lose any money. All right. And so, like I was saying, in the 1900s, it was a really big boom. And everybody it was like a time of prosperity, right? We were making things, we were shipping things, we were influencing the whole entire world, right? You gotta think, in the 1900s, we pretty much made Japan what Japan is now. China was nowhere on the level of where it is now. We really changed the world. We pretty much changed the game. You understand? And it really happened mostly just in America. America is where it benefited the most, obviously, from their Industrial Revolution, right? But what is always often left out is the fact that for that to happen, we had to put our feet down on the backs of third world countries, because we did not end up taking third world countries out of third world poverty and bringing them in second or first world poverty. I mean, first world, pretty much civilization, and we just kind of just focused on Americans, right? We just kind of turned a blind eye to that, which is another part where capitalism fails, where we're being capitalistic in one aspect of the world. The fact that we're not doing it in the other one just shows why the capitalism society doesn't work, because we're just holding it up with a lie. Understand the fact that we're skewing our moral beliefs based on the fact that we want to be great. And I have also fell victim to that, the victim mindset, not even the victim mindset, just the fact that I want America to be great. But for us to be great, we need to not be great to somebody else. You understand? Not be so great to them. And I really just look back at The Handmaid's Tale. There was a really good scene in there where he's like, what's better doesn't mean that it's better for everyone. You understand? Basically saying that somebody's gonna have to take a L. You understand? If I'm making my life better, it's probably because I'm making your life worser. You understand? And you can look at that in every aspect of society. You understand? As somebody who used to sell drugs, I would make my life better but I would be destroying their life, even though they're getting something out of it and they're paying for it. I'm not forcing them to do anything. The fact that I'm enabling them or I'm potentially destroying their life, I'm kind of just complicit in their destruction. You understand? So that's why capitalism doesn't work. For just the fact of, for me to be at the top, somebody needs to be at the bottom. All right. And then there's just another thing. The fact that we don't make anything nowhere near the way that we made it back in the day. And we haven't been buying really much anything. A lot of our production has slowed down. A lot of our consumption has slowed down in America. And you can see it. Restaurants aren't packed. Businesses are being closed down. Americans are not consuming goods at the rate that they were. And so when I see that, I kind of just ask, well, how is everything staying afloat? You understand? For every business that's staying open, how much money are they losing? And then for every dollar that they're losing, how much are they taking it out on the workers of those companies? For instance, if you don't shop at Kohl's and Kohl's has to shut down, then Kohl's isn't going to keep taking care of those workers. Those workers are now out of a job. And so there's just the destruction right there, right? And they're like, and everybody's kind of focused on taxes, and taxes don't really mean really too much in this, because if you raise taxes, the rich aren't going to pay them, and if you lower taxes, is no, I don't really understand. I mean, I guess it makes people happier, but you don't really get anything done, for the fact, like I said, that we don't make anything. So this is my question, is like, how are we staying afloat? We used to buy everything from China, and for the past few years we haven't been buying much. And then just for like another example, when I look at a business like a restaurant, the owners, they take home like pennies on the dollar, right? Like when you look at labor costs, right? When you look at furniture, leases, the lights and electricity, the water, food coming in every day. You understand? Promotion, the loan that they took out from the bank. When you just account for all that, POS systems, payroll systems, when you just account for all that, the fact that they can't even pay overtime or even have full-time staff, just goes to show that in this type of economy, that restaurants are really going to just take the worst hit. And they take home pennies on the dollar. You understand? Pretty much off of every plate that's sold. So when